guys, welcome to another video. In this video I will tell you about the truncating a table in MySQL. So I'll tell you what is truncating and how to truncate a table in MySQL. So let's get started. So first of all, let's see the MySQL truncate table statement is used to delete only the data of an existing table. So for example, you have a table with 5 columns and you have n number of rows in that. So if you want to delete all the rows of the table without hampering the structure of the table, you can use the truncate table command. So this command helps to truncate a table completely in one go instead of deleting table records one by one, which will be very time consuming and hefty process. So if you want to delete all the rows at once, this without hampering the structure of the table, the truncate table command is. So what is the syntax for that? It's simple: truncate table and table name. So let's see it with an example. Let's create a small table. I already have a create table command handy with me, so let's use that. So we'll name it something like ABC, because anyways we are going to truncate this. So let's simply copy this and I'll copy it here. So we have created this table and let's insert some data into that. I already have that, so I'll simply change the table name. So table name was ABC, ABC. The reason why I am inserting the data is so that I can show you how truncate works. So data has been inserted as well. So now let's see the data inside this table. Select star from ABC. You can see let's execute this and see a data is there in that ABC table. So now let's see if I will truncate this, what will happen. Truncate table ABC. It's not case sensitive, so you can use anything, whether it is small ABC or uppercase. So truncate command I have executed. You can see the command is executed successfully. Now let's see the data. It will not delete the table, but it will delete all the rows at once. So in this way you can see how truncate works. Let's read more about truncate. So the records have been truncated from the ABC table without any error, and we have verified the same as well. So now question coming into the mind, then what is the difference between truncate and delete? So let's understand the difference. The delete command in SQL removes one or more rows from a table based on the condition. For example, I have 10 employees. One of the employees has left the organization and I want to delete the record of that. So in that case, I can delete that particular record by putting where clause on any of its attribute, like its employee ID or something like that. Whereas truncate command is used to remove all the rows from a table regardless of whether there is a condition or there is no condition. Similar to what we have did in just now. Delete is a DML. It's a data manipulation language, whereas truncate is a DDL, data definition language. It works at the definition part, whereas delete is a DML function. So in delete, there's a need to make a manual commit after making change to every delete command for the modifications to be committed. But in the truncate, when you use the truncate command, the modification made to the table are committed automatically. There's no need to manually commit or revoke anything. So delete deletes the rows one at a time and applies some criteria to each deletion. Even if you delete all the rows at once by delete command, it will first delete the first row, then second, then third, and so on. But in case of truncate, it is faster. It removes all of the information in one go. So in the delete command, the where clause serves as a condition in this case. But in truncate, there is no necessity of using any where clause. So in the delete, in case of delete, all rows are logged after deletion. But in truncate utilizes a table log, which logs the page so that it cannot be deleted. So it works on the table level and it works on the row level. In case of delete, it makes a record of each and every transaction at the log time. So for example, if we delete 15 rows, it will track the log of all the 15 deleted records. But whereas truncate, the only activity recorded is the deallocation of the pages in which the data is stored. In case of delete, it consumes a greater amount of transaction space compared to time because it deletes a row one by one, but in the case of truncate, it makes comparatively less amount of transaction space because it always delete at once. And there are more differences, like if there is an identity column, the table identity is not reset to the value it had when the table was created. But in case of truncate, it returns the table identity to a value it was given as a seed. So for delete, you require authorization to delete, but it requires table alter permission. It is just working on the row level, but it needs table level permissions. And in case of delete, when it comes to large database, it is very much slower. For example, you need to delete 10,000 records. In case of deleting it one by one, it will be very time consuming, but truncate is faster. So depending upon your case to case, it works. Similarly, we have differences between drop and truncate. The drop command in SQL is removes the entire table from the database, even if it is even structure as well. Whereas truncate deletes only the rows from a table, but its structure remains the same. You can reutilize it later as well. But in case of drop, it will delete the complete table. DDL, drop is also a DDL, but truncate is also a DDL. But the only difference is drop completely removes the table from its memory, but truncate not removes the table from the memory, but it's just remove the records inside that truncated table. In case of drop, the table space is completely freed from the memory, but here the tables still exist. Tables still exist in the memory, like I mentioned. So all the integrity constraints are removed, but in this case, no constraint is removed, only the data that is consumed. And there are some more differences. So this is how you can truncate a table, and this was the difference between truncate and drop and truncate and delete. I hope this finds you well. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment section. I will see you in my next video.